Hey folks, Mike and McGee here. Today starts the fun work. This is the job that I've been looking forward to. I've been watching the date on my phone, in my camera roll, because I don't want to plant this too early. Because if I plant it too early and it starts turning yellow before the deer season, I'm toast. Well, it's perfect right now. 2 years ago, I planted this in soybeans on the 11th, and today is the 9th, so it's perfect. There's rain coming. I don't even know that I can get done today, but I want to get started. Last year I planted it, but we had drought, and the soybeans, what few came up, got bit off and eaten by the deer right away. I didn't have any soybeans to hunt over last year. So what I'm going to do first, I'm going to go through and I'm going to mow this, and instead of just bringing my disc in and disking between these corn rows, I am literally going to take the turning plow and plow the grass under, because I want the maximum seed soil contact that I can get. I've already got established good terraces with this corn to keep it from eroding, and I will leave strips of grass here and there to help in that as well. We've gotten quite a bit of rain this year. Sometimes we had some running off, but I guarantee you none ran off of this field, because I have done this field right. But it's time to get this going. I say let's get started and hit it hard. All right, I got done mowing and I went home and I swapped out the bush hog for the turning plow. Two bottom, turning plow. To be quite honest, this is my favorite part of this whole thing is turning. My favorite part is turning ground. I love it. So I'm gonna get in, I'm gonna turn everything down the hill. And what that's gonna do is it's gonna bring everything over this way and it's gonna level that bed out, what I'm getting ready to make. That's what I did on these. You can see the corn is almost level. It's absolutely perfect. Now, where I stopped plowing, there is a very obvious dead furrow. It drops off a good 6, 8, 10 inches in places. That's where I'm gonna drop my tires in and I'm gonna turn there. That's where I'm gonna start. And I'm gonna just work my way up the hill. I'll have to back up and hit it again. I'm gonna plow everything one direction, and each individual strip will be analyzed individually to see how I think it needs to be done. There may be one up there I leave the whole thing or half of one. I got some good crimson clover. I'm surprised. I've got some really nice crimson clover coming back from seed from the plants I planted last year. So that's what I've got to do now. Turn the ground. Let's do it. I got all of that plowed, one after the next, boom, boom, boom. I could only get my tractor over to the corn. I could only plow within 3 feet. So there's how that's going to work. Those deep ditches are going to work for any runoff water to drop right in, and it will never fill that up. As loose as this ground is, it'll just seep right in. That's going to work great. No problem there. I think that plowing this was actually good for the corn as well. It's going to like create these water barriers all the way up, I think. But one thing for sure, it's really good for these soybeans. It's unbelievable seed soil contact, because this just in. I'm not going to work that ground up. I'm going to go straight into the seeding process. There is literally no reason for me to get in there with a disc or a tiller and work that ground up anymore. It's perfect. Matter of fact, it's better like it is. It's rough, and it's got a lot of crevices and orifices. The seed can go in there, and when I pack it, it's going to cover more seed than if I tilled it. I think it's going to work great. I got this. This is the last 4 bags of the 1,500 pounds I bought, and I'm going to try to make them stretch all the way up the hill. That's one reason I can't use the tractor spreader this time, because it will sling it further. I won't be able to do it accurate. With this solo, I can paint them edges just perfect. I can absolutely hit it exactly where I want it and make the seed go. I won't waste a single seed that way. With the tractor, a lot of it will end up under the corn and right in the corn, and it won't help me much. So I'm going to do it that way. It's supposed to rain in exactly 2.5 hours. So let's see if we can get this knocked out. I really, really like my solo spreader for hand spreading. It is the way to go. Let's do it. All right, as I spread this seed, I am going to adjust the width of the spray by the speed of the slinging. So that's how we're going to do it, just like this. I'm going to open her all the way up. I'm going to plant it pretty thick. All right, this is going to call the deer out of that creek bottom up in here, and anywhere the thickets around here. I've got a lot of thickets I've left on my place. It's going to bring them out just about an hour before dark, 30 minutes before dark. I'll be sitting up there waiting, and we'll have some venison. The season opens up in about 1.5 months, something like that. It's a private land only, bow hunt only, buck only. I do not want to see a big buck at that time. That is not a good time in August to be shooting a big deer that you want to take your time with, and you might want to get it mounted on the wall or whatever. Bad, bad, bad. This is the time of year that I want to kill something with a small rack that I can get in the freezer and make my sausage. Get me some tenderloin, all that good stuff. Get me some freezer meat. That's what the early velvet hunt is to McGee. It's not a trophy hunt, that's for sure. If you watched last year, you saw me get an 8-point, but it was by far no trophy. All right, let's finish spreading this, knock it out like it ain't nothing, and then we got to pack it before it rains. buddy. The rain's already started. I had 2 bags left over. I got it all planted, but I haven't packed it yet. If this rain stops pretty soon, and it's just a light sprinkle, but it's enough to mess my seed up. But if it'll stop here in the next 20 minutes or so, I'll get my 4-wheeler and my packer, and I'll get out here and pack it real quick as possible. Yeah, buddy, here it comes. I've got it all done. I just need to pack it. Hopefully, it won't rain so much I can't pack it here before the seed starts sprouting. Boy, oh boy. Yeah, boy. It is coming down. I've got my packer with me. I've got the tractor. I'm underneath this roof, so I'm not getting completely soaked. Oh boy. I was hoping I could pack it before it got too muddy. This don't look good at all. My goodness, it's pouring. Ay, ay, ay. Starting to blow. Good gravy. I mean, coming down wide open. I thought it was going to stop, and it still might stop, but is it going to stop in time to pack? I kind of doubt it. I don't know. It's really important to get it packed. Really important. Let me see what it does if I drive on it. I can't do it. It's packing it up with mud too much. So that ain't gonna work. I'm gonna have to drive fast now, sling that mud off of here. But anyway, I got the soybeans planted. If it dries up enough, I'll bring that roller over tomorrow. I'll just leave it hooked up to this tractor tonight, and I'll bring it over tomorrow and roll it and go from there. I have to roll it within the next couple days if I'm gonna roll it. Otherwise, it'll start sprouting roots and little leaves, and I'll tear them all to pieces when I roll it. But it won't germinate near as well as it would if I would have rolled it. But either way, it's gonna grow. Let's see what happens, and I'll touch base with you tomorrow. All right, it's the next day. It come an absolute flood. It rained for hours yesterday evening, and we've got very wet soil here. Part of it, the one row I packed, doesn't look a whole lot different from what I didn't pack. So I'm glad I didn't get in there and just mire up and mess around. That would not have been good. I don't know if this is gonna dry up in time for me to pack. But if it does, it's going to be late in today or tomorrow, or I might not get to pack it at all. But as loose as that ground was plowed, I think a lot of that rain pushed a lot of that seed down into the ground and sealed dirt over it. So we should be good. I think we'll be okay, even if I can't pack it. But what I can do on a morning after a big rain, I've still got some soybean seeds. I've still got a deer stand in that tree. I think I need to disc around that in areas where I can hunt, in and amongst the trees, in that grass and weeds. Sometimes deer would rather eat in a situation like that rather than come out here into corn. Now, they will come into this corn a lot better because it is pretty widespread apart. But corn that's growing and close together, they don't really like to get in that a whole lot when they can feed. They'll bed in it, but they won't want to feed in it. So let's get out here and disc a little bit around this in these areas that are bow accessible. This with the tractor today because I don't have to try to hit very precise. I just spread it. I've got just a little over 100 pounds of seed. That should plant everything I want to plant today. Be good. I'm hoping that ground will dry up enough that I can run out there and pack that between the corn rows. I really hope so. Let's see. I planted the seed, here they come. I hooked the four-wheeler up to the rolling culti-packer. It'll pack this dirt in. What I cut this morning is very much ready to be packed. It's not muddy. It's got grass and roots all mixed in it. It's ready to be packed. It's just perfect. It's good and damp, which packs better anyway. So I'm gonna get in here and pack these woods down good, pack the other side over there where I did last, and then we're gonna check the corn and see, maybe with this being a much lighter weight machine, I might be able to float in there and pack the tops of that between those rows of corn. All I know to do is try it. Let's get with it. Well, it's picking up a little bit of mud in there, but nothing like it was yesterday. But that's on what I disked this morning. So I'll get out here and I'll see how this goes. I could get stuck. It could plumb bog up and the four-wheeler can't pull it out. I don't know, but I'm fixing to try it. Head out through there. A lot of this is rocky. That should have let some moisture, you know, filter on through quicker drainage, better drainage. But I don't know. I'm gonna get out there and hit it. Not doing a bad job packing, but I mean, it's just clogging up all over here. Big time mud. I think I'm gonna wait and let it dry out a little bit. I do think that it'll dry out enough today to get in here and get it. I hope, but we'll find out. Either way, you see what I'm gonna be doing. I'm gonna be knocking that out over the next day or two. I don't know what, but packing this is self-explanatory, pretty easy to do. Hope that you get a chance to do this on your property, whether it's for soil improvement, for deer habitat, for whatever purpose. And even if it's not soybeans, sun hemp, cow peas, clay, iron clay peas, I don't know what all they've got. Different parts of the country are better with different things. And I don't know half of what's all out there. Do a little research, figure out what you want to do, and knock it out. But that's all I've got for you today. Hope you have a great day. We'll see you on the next video.